Hello, welcome to the video for this week. Y'all, I'm so excited because we're doing a special edition challenge for language learning. I'm doing a reading challenge this week. I am challenging myself to do 30 minutes of intensive reading every day, and it's a little bit different because we're doing a cruise edition. It's like I'm literally on vacation and I'm like, let's get into language learning. Okay guys, so I'm really excited to be here. Like, this is my first time ever doing a cruise, and so I don't know, going into it I thought it would be different. I thought it would be like more relaxing, but the cruise that I'm on has like so much stuff going on, y'all. So it's been a little bit more difficult to actually make it really did become a challenge, because 30 minutes of intensive reading doesn't really sound that bad, but it's kind of a lot when you have a lot of other things you could be doing. But it's been really fun at the same time, just because it's getting more interesting, the story that I'm reading. Hey y'all, I'm editing. I realized I never said the name of the book. I technically did, but I ended up editing it out because I said it when I was sitting on the balcony, and I did not want y'all to go through that because the audio is not good. So the book I was reading during this challenge was Vecinos del Infierno by Juan Fernandez. So yeah, today is my first day of the challenge and I'm officially 9 minutes in. So we have a lot more time to do, but it is okay. After I'm done making this little clip, I'm going to read a little bit more. But today, like, we're already booked. We're doing it's like an elegant Spanish dinner that we signed up for whenever we came here. Y'all, I'm so excited for it. Like, we're learning how to cook. It's a cooking class. And there's like 4 or 5 things that we're gonna be learning how to cook. And I'm really, really excited for it. We're gonna be making paella and like patatas and things like that. I did get to talk to the chef beforehand to let her know I'm vegetarian, so she's gonna veg everything out for me. So I'm very excited. I'm so excited for that. And then we're going to like a comedy club thing, and like every night, y'all, we have been at the Latin club. It's been so much fun. So we just been having fun, like, for real. And so yeah, but I also really wanted to take the time, because it's like I don't have like Wi-Fi connection or anything like that, so it's been really nice to just like not be on my phone doing other things with my time instead of just being on my phone. So I really wanted to take advantage of that. But I'm in between reading 2 things. So obviously I'm doing the Spanish challenge for myself right now. In the first 9 minutes, actually I did 10, hello, are really, really good. On my iPad, whenever I need to translate a word, whenever I need to define a word because I don't understand what it means, it does it in Spanish. So like, it's 100% in Spanish. I will say the book is good. It's a very strange experience because it is B2 level, and so it really does feel like my level +1. The thing about it is that, like, I don't know what it is about it that makes it so mentally taxing compared to like lower level books, because it's like I'm not lost. I'm not lost in the slightest. I'm never lost. I'm fully on track with the story, and yet me cuesta mucho. Like, I don't understand. Like, it's kind of like it takes so much brain power for me, and like I'm trying to dissect why. Maybe it's because there's a lot more words I don't know, yet it's very obvious from the context what they mean. So there's that part of thinking that's happening. But then there's also the fact, I feel like it's the grammar. The grammar is much, 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 much more complex. And so while I'm understanding the meaning, it is taking me a second to be like, okay, but like what? Like, let's reread this sentence several times to really like get that etched into my brain what just went down. Because it's like, yeah, it's like I'm understanding the book, I'm following it well, but it's like structures of grammar, I think, is what's throwing me off the most. And then Juan uses like so many different little like phrases, and like he'll have it at the end of the chapter, but I think like they're very like central to Spain. But it's like those little phrases, I don't really care what they mean, because I'm like, I'll find out at the end of the chapter, whatever. So like, it's not really even that gets me, because like I said, based off of everything else, context clues, it's not difficult, but it is like, it's more in the brain, so there is that. And then also I'm in a book club with my sister and my mom, and we have that book, and y'all, I am so behind on it. This is a book that we're reading this month. I literally was on page 5 coming here, and like I literally just started reading it today, and I'm already on page 42. This has nothing to do with the challenge at all, but I am doing multiple reads. It's hard not to. I feel like if you're a reader, you're always doing multiple reads, especially if you could do them in several languages, like hello. But anyways, yeah, that is where I'm at. So I will see y'all maybe tomorrow or just whatever. Oh, wow. That's helpful. Hi, everybody. It is day 3 of my challenge. Yesterday, I did not record anything. Okay, so day 3. This morning, I woke up like really early and got done my 30 minutes. So we're like almost halfway through the challenge. So part of the reason why I've been doing this challenge, the reason why I thought about doing it in the first place is because I've been struggling quite a bit with like, I don't know, like grammar, I would say, is a big one, like complex grammar. Sometimes when it's like the longer sentences get, the more I just do not understand the construction. So there's that. Also the fact that there is a lot of more complex grammar. I don't know the better way to put it, but like, I don't know if the word is complex or like, I think it's complex, like abstract. I don't know, just things that aren't tangible, things that you can't, like things that you have to have like they're in your brain. I don't know. But like those type of vocabulary, I don't acquire them, y'all. I am not acquiring them like whatsoever. I acquire a lot of textile words, like things that you could touch and see. But whenever it comes to things that are not so easily touched and seeable, I am struggling a lot. So I thought that doing some intensive reading would be a really good idea. And I saw a video by Joe Renee Languages where in the video, Joe was doing intensive reading. And so I thought that was really a good idea for me right about now. So I was inspired by that video to make a little challenge for myself. And then that video was inspired by, I think it's Bridget versus Languages, who has been doing like an intensive reading series. So yeah, I just thought it was cool. Let's all inspire each other. Let's all get into reading, whatever, but I don't know. So that's where I'm at right now. And yeah, that is my reason for doing it. The book so far for me, I'm like halfway through it, and it's like, it's giving what is going on. Like, I'm so confused by this book, not in the way that I don't understand it, but like, what is the point? Like, what is the actual point? It's the weirdest thing ever. So yeah, that's my thoughts about it these days. Also, Juan does not make very likable characters. Like, this is only my second book by him, but both of his characters in his books have been so aggravating. So it also makes it a little bit difficult to read it sometimes because I'm just like, there's nothing worse than having to read from like the perspective of a character that you just do not care about or that you just do not like. And a lot of his characters are so like dislikable. Like, they're just so like, and I think it's supposed to be kind of funny, but for me it's just like, I don't know, I'd be like annoyed more than laughing, if you know what I mean. And yeah, the cruise is almost over. It's been so much fun though, you guys. Like, genuinely, it's been so much fun. The dinner that we did, the Spanish dinner, was so nice. And they had like some vegan shrimp. It was my first time ever having vegan shrimp. I've never even had real shrimp in my life that I can remember. As a kid, I was not a seafood person, so by the time I became vegetarian officially, I was not. There's like a lot of things I never ate. But the vegan shrimp was insane. Like, try to put a photo here. It was so good. It was so good. And like all the seasoning stuff was so good. It was such a cute little thing. I'm really glad that we got to do it. Yeah, so it's been a lot of fun. All right, you guys, I've officially finished my intensive reading challenge. It was for 5 days, and honestly, it was exactly what I needed. The truth is that I feel really good now, and I obviously I'm no longer on the cruise. Oh my god, the cruise was so good, you guys. It was such a good experience, and I'm really thankful that I got to experience it. But doing my reading challenge during the cruise was really perfect because it was a moment of no distractions at all. And I think sometimes it takes me a little bit longer to read because I get distracted so easily. And so it's like, I really genuinely love reading, but sometimes it's just not so easy to focus on it. And so with, you know, being on the cruise and like not having any Wi-Fi or anything for a whole week, I was really able to just like tap in and like do my 30 minutes of intensive reading every day, and it was really amazing. And I can definitely feel how, you know, reading is just so important, I just feel like, in life, but then of course whenever it comes to language learning as well. And so yeah, I'm like this close to finishing the book. So we're gonna see. We're gonna see how it ends. I'm like literally in the epilogue right now. And yeah, as of right now, I would give this book like a 2 out of 5 stars. I think that sometimes it's very difficult whenever you read a book in a different language, especially whenever it's made for learners, because sometimes I can't tell like what's me and what is literally the author. Like whenever I read the book by Ollie Richards, I almost feel like I was gaslighting myself because I'm like, this book does not make sense. Is it me or is it literally like written this way? Like, am I just like not understanding properly? And no, it was a book. And this is my second book that I've read by Juan. And I'm just like, because the first one wasn't that bad. It was just very, very repetitive for obvious reasons, of course. You know, whenever you're writing a book for learners, whenever you're doing a graded reader, that's like kind of the purpose. That's kind of how you do it. But with this one, it was just kind of like, none of this is making sense. And I'm like, am I just lost because it's in Spanish, or is it just like this random? Like, is the book this random? I think it was very like, I don't know. I do not know what I expected with Vecinos del Infierno, but I did not expect so much the way in which it went. But I mean, I would rec if you are into graded readers. I'm like so close to not being into them. Once I finish this one, I don't know what I'm gonna do, because since I'm not in Chile, I did not bring any of my books in Spanish. And I already have some books that I left here, and I'm thinking about just diving into them. I don't know though. I have one more graded reader that I could read from Juan before I move into a physical book, but like it's giving physical book. So like, I don't know. If you've been on my channel for a while, like since I started the channel, you might remember this book, Fantasmas. This is like the very first book I ever started reading in Spanish whenever I started reading, ever since I started learning Spanish last year. And honestly, I don't think I ever actually finished it. Like I got like to the very end and just like never finished it. So I thought it'd be fun to read this again, because I remember like reading this and like being kind of lost. So I think at the level I'm at now, I could probably just like fly through this and like genuinely enjoy it. It's super cute. It was a good read while I read it. Aw, I know. So I got halfway through. Oh, that's so adorable. But yeah, so I think it'd be nice to read this again and just like kind of like see how much I've learned since I first started this book. Like literally last time I read this book was like a year ago. So there's that. I also have this very random book, Amigas de lo Ajeno, which I got on a trip last year whenever I visited Chile, whenever I was still living in the United States. And I just got it because I thought it was pretty. And I was like, the level I was at the time, I was like, I obviously cannot read this, but one day I will be able to. And maybe that day is soon. But like literally look at it. It's like very beautiful. I guess it's about women in music, Chilean women in music specifically. And yeah, I just thought it was like super cute. Like look at the inside. So yeah, I was just like, I might want to read this one day. I literally got it. I'm like that. Like there's so many books that like I get and I'm just like, maybe I won't read it anytime soon, but like maybe one day I will. We love los michis. But yeah, so I'm kind of like considering like diving into this and just like seeing what happens because I never attempted to read this before, and I actually left it here in the United States whenever I moved to Chile. So I'm like, I don't know. We shall see. But anyways, yeah, a little bit of book talk there. And if you have not read in Spanish yet, I definitely recommend it. I think that reading in languages is so beautiful and just so important. And yeah, it's a lot of fun too. It's very fun. Now that I've finished the challenge, I finished the challenge yesterday. I don't know if I said that, but now that I finished the challenge, I do feel like I have made a good habit for myself to continue reading. So yes, I'm going to be finishing that. I'm going to be finishing Vecinos del Infierno like tonight. And then I'm going to start something new in Spanish and just keep it moving. I did kind of stop with the intensive reading. I definitely am not just gonna, I'm not gonna continue with it. I will allow myself to like look up the words like I was doing, like defining the words whenever I feel it's necessary. But after doing that, I definitely do like just the old-fashioned read and let yourself be lost a little bit, because so many things really do start making sense. And so it's very cool to kind of see that as well. And yeah, so anyways, like always, thank you guys so much for watching. I will see you in the next video. We are doing challenges. We are in our challenge era, y'all. So I will see you next time. Bye.